Most people think men move to Thailand because of women, and that's the easy answer, but it's also the lazy answer. But honestly, I think for a lot of men, it goes much deeper than just that. And I don't think society really wants to talk about it properly, because the truth is, a lot of Western men are lonely. Not I'm single lonely. I mean properly disconnected. No community, no purpose, no social life, no relationship, no affection, and no support system. And over the last 10 or 15 years, I genuinely think it's becoming a crisis. But because it mainly affects men, people either laugh at it, ignore it, or turn it into a meme. You'll hear things like, just work on yourself, mate. Get your ass to the gym. Get yourself some confidence. Meanwhile, millions of people are sitting in tiny flats or apartments, scrolling social media all night, speaking to absolutely nobody. Modern life is strange now. People are more connected digitally than ever before, yet socially, people have never felt more isolated. And I think this is one of the biggest reasons so many Western men end up leaving countries like the UK, America, Canada, or Australia and moving to places like Thailand. Not because Thailand is perfect, not because every man is chasing women, but because for a lot of them, Thailand feels alive again. And once somebody experiences that feeling, it can become very difficult to return back to the West. Now, before people start twisting this video, I'm not saying Thailand is some magical paradise. Thailand has its own problems: corruption, pollution, the visa issues, the scams, the class systems, the social hierarchy, and the financial traps. We all know that, or we should by now. But despite all of that, there are still things Thailand does better socially than many Western countries, and people notice it immediately. The first thing many foreigners notice when they arrive in Thailand is that life feels more human, and that's the best way I can describe it. In the West now, everything feels automated, rushed, cold, and transactional, and people barely speak to each other anymore. Neighbours don't know neighbours. Families are fractured. Communities are disappearing. Pubs and bars are shutting down, and people work all week just to survive. Then, after paying rent, bills, your taxes, and food, there's barely enough money left to actually enjoy your life. A lot of Western cities now feel emotionally exhausted. You can actually feel it in the atmosphere. People are stressed out, they feel defensive, and also feel distrustful. And then, if we talk about dating, oh my God, dating in the West has become an absolute mess. So let's just be honest about it for a second. Apps have completely changed human interaction. People are being judged like products on Amazon. Swipe left, swipe right, next person, next dopamine hit. People have become disposable, and for average men especially, the experience can become brutal. A lot of men now go years without affection, years without any intimacy, and years without feeling wanted. And that has a psychological effect whether society wants to admit it or not. Humans are social creatures. You can't replace real connection with Netflix, gaming, social media, and takeaway food that costs a blooming fortune. Well, some people try, but eventually the loneliness catches up with them. And I think this is where Thailand enters the picture, because when many Western men arrive in Thailand for the first time, suddenly life feels easier. People are smiling at you, conversations happen naturally, food is finally affordable, the weather also improves your mood, and you can actually go outside without feeling depressed for at least 8 months of the year, and simple things become enjoyable again. Walking around, eating street food, sitting in a cafe and talking to strangers. And for many men, it's the first time in years they've actually felt seen. Now, obviously, this can become dangerous too, because some men confuse attention with genuine connection. And this is where people get themselves into trouble financially and emotionally, especially in nightlife areas. A lonely man who has lacked affection for years is extremely vulnerable. That's just reality. And sadly, there are industries built around that loneliness. Not just in Thailand, by the way. The West monetizes loneliness too, via dating apps, OnlyFans, subscription culture, parasocial relationships. The whole modern economy increasingly profits from isolated people, and that's the dark side nobody really talks about. But despite all the risks, I still understand why so many men leave, because many of them are not actually running towards Thailand, they're running away from what the West has become. And I think governments massively underestimate how emotionally disconnected modern society now feels. People have money problems, housing problems, relationship problems, and the big one, mental health problems. And underneath all of it, there's this quiet feeling that modern life just isn't fulfilling anymore, especially for men who feel invisible. Now, personally, I think balance is very important. Some foreigners come to Thailand and completely lose themselves. No structure, too much alcohol, too much nightlife, and no purpose. And over time, they drift. We've all seen it. Guys sitting in bars every day looking completely lost. So Thailand is not automatically the answer either. Changing countries does not magically fix your internal problems. But I do think Thailand exposes something important. It shows how badly many people in the West are craving community, simplicity, affordability, connection, freedom, and basic human warmth. And maybe that's the real conversation we should all be having. Not just, why are men going to Thailand? But, why are so many men emotionally exhausted in their own countries to begin with? Because if large numbers of people feel happier thousands of miles away from home, then maybe the problem isn't just Thailand. Maybe the West seriously needs to look at itself too. And honestly, I think this subject is only going to become bigger over the next 10 years, because loneliness is no longer just an individual issue. It's becoming part of modern culture itself. And I think deep down, a lot more people relate to this than they're willing to admit. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Please put your comments down below. And if this has resonated with you, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for future episodes. Take care and ciao for now. Bye bye.